Hello, dear co-creative Destiny Weavers. Here's Airy Fairy Flowery. Erika, fairy for fairy tales, flowery for flowers, for blooming. On this Friday as a theme. Yeah, with another wise story, which I happened to get used to translate from those German fairy tale books for adults from Lucy Körner Verlag. Today again from this book, translated The Colors of Reality. And I always like to do it, I connect with the energy which are weaving to me at the current time. Some people do rune readings, like I like to do as well, or like astrological readings. And for me, I feel into the energies and some wisdom which wants to be expressed to me from stories which I loved to hear since I was a child. And as a teenager, I discovered those beautiful wise stories, and I actually opened a philosophy cafe when I was a teenager, and brings back lovely memories to connect to those stories of wisdom. And depending where we are at in our lives, we always get different meanings, different wisdom out of it. And looking at the world nowadays, which I think is so full of separation and fear and uncertainty, I was thinking about reading this story, which is called, translated from Himmel und Hölle, Heaven and Hell, by Roland Kübler. And I try to do it freely, which I think brings me the most joy to just tell the story freely and add my own interpretation and twist into it. So the story is about a wanderer who is going around the world to meet an elder, a wise elder. And it's not really important where he is. And this wanderer is going around the world for a long, long time until he meets his elder, sitting somewhere in a cave in the mountains. And this wanderer has got his one big question. Yeah, I also had to think about this big question. Why do people choose heaven or hell? And this elder was saying, it's like this kind of question, I don't want to answer it. I just want to show it to you. And they made themselves once again on the big journey, wandering around until they came to a cave where there were like many, many hundreds of people, and in the middle a big, how to call a top where we cook something, a big pan. In the middle was standing a big pan with some food inside, and you could already smell the food, and you can see all these different people. But when they came closer, the wanderer recognized that that all these people were crawling on the floor and screaming and starving, even though the nice smell of the food was everywhere in the cave. And the closer he came, the more shocked he became, how much they were suffering. And full of shock, he asked his elder, why are they starving if there is this big pan there in the middle which can feed everyone? And the elder answered, I said, well, why do you have eyes if you don't make the effort to really see with the eyes? Go closer and look what is actually happening and why are they starving and suffering so much. And the wanderer did go right in front of the big pan, and he recognized that there were two very long spoons on both ends of the pan, and that all the people were crowded around this pan and all tried to grab this massive spoon and try to put the food from the spoon in their mouths. But of course it didn't work because the spoon was just too long. They either spilled the food while they tried to put the food in the mouth, or they hit the other people around with the spoon. No matter what they tried, it was just a chaos, and none of the food actually came into the mouth where it belongs. And that's why the people became more and more angry and starving everywhere, and it was a really horrible image. And the wanderer was become really upset and was saying, oh, please let us leave this hell. Can you not show me the heaven, the paradise? I would much rather see the heaven now. And the elder said, yes, sure, let's go and I will show you the heaven. And so they made themselves on their path again, wandering a while. After they reached yet another cave. And this, once they entered the cave, it all actually looked exactly the same like in the other one. There were many people, and yet once again a big pan in the middle of the cave. But straight away the wanderer recognized that there was peace. The people were walking around, everybody was peaceful and happy. And he was surprised and asked, so what is the difference here? Everything looks the same like in the other cave. How come they are so happy? And the elder said again, why have you been given eyes if you cannot really see the difference? Please look again. And so he did. He walked much closer to the pan. And even though there were these two same long spoons like in the other cave, he did all of a sudden notice the difference. There were two men standing on both sides of the pan, whilst the others were peacefully waiting around until those two men were feeding themselves. On one side, the man took this big spoon, he put the food on the spoon, and he was actually feeding the other person on the other side, and the other way around. And once both of them were happy and satisfied and full, they made space for the others to come and do the same. And the wanderer was saying, oh, so this is the difference. He looked at the elder who was really laughing and looked really happy. That's all of a sudden the wanderer noticed a difference. Yeah, and the wanderer was saying the only difference, as he realized, is that the people in the heaven learned to help each other and to feed each other. And this is the difference between the heaven and hell. And the elder also summarized, and the horrible thing is that the people in the hell actually know what they were doing. They were trying to do everything but themselves and try to take away the food from the others and starving still at the same time. And even though they knew it, they still continued to do it. And the wisdom of the heaven is simply to make space for each other and to help each other. So I think this is such a great story, that we all have got a choice. Are we going to try to make it by ourselves and at the same time going under with all our resources available? Or do we make a conscious choice of helping each other, which is the embodied metaphor of feeding each other and having more than enough, every single one of us. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this wisdom of the blooming Friday. And I'm wishing you a great weekend, a great rest of Freya Day, which is also Friday, Freedom Day. And I hope to see you again soon. Many blessings. Blagadaru.